So, Spiny Biker, just out on a CBR 500R. I'm just out on this at the moment because my little putt is just in for a service today. So this is the bike they've given me as a demo bike. It's pretty much the sister bike to the kind of bike, my main bike, the CBR 500X. It's got exactly the same engine in it, but obviously this is the sports version. Not really a sports bike person, but it looks pretty sexy. So this is an A2 bike, suitable for people who've just passed their A2 licence. I think it's got 46 brake horsepower. I know one of my subscribers, 92409, is perhaps considering this as his next bike once he passes his licence. I'd say it was a pretty good choice, to be honest. Now, when I passed my licence, I at that time I think it was called the A1 licence, where I passed it on a 125, so I was restricted to a 125 for 2 years. Now I went down the route of buying a Triumph Street Triple and got that restricted. That was restricted at 33 brake horsepower. The A2 licence bike is I think is up to 46 brake horsepower. So this is actually more powerful than the bike that I had when I was on that restricted licence. Now I found the Street Triple, restricted Street Triple, more than adequate, and I went down the route of a 125, passing on a 125 first, just so I could get a bigger bike, but on a restricted, but have it restricted. So I got used to the big bike feel before having access to all the power. And to be honest, after passing my 125, a restricted bike was more than enough power, and I think that it's a really good way of picking up a bigger bike. So what do I think of this? Well, obviously, as I said, it's the same engine as my CB 500X. I prefer the 500X because it's more upright, but having said that, the handlebars on this, whilst they are a sports look out, have the sports look to them, it's not as aggressive sports, I'd say, and certainly the riding position, you are not crouched over the front of your bike as you would be on a litre bike. It is more upright than I would have thought, but clearly it's not as upright as the 500F or the 500X. So do I like it? Yeah, of course I like it. And as I say, it's definitely one to consider. I know 90 was considering this, and I think he was considering the 600 and having that restricted. Personally, and it's personal view, I'd go for the 500 rather than getting a restricted 600. Why would I do that? Because this is worth, I think this new is 5,300. Okay, the first day you take it out of the showroom, it'll lose £500, 500, maybe 1,000. I don't think 1,000. But you're going to have the bike for 2 years. And after 2 years, I think you'd be looking to move on anyway. Even if you got a 600, you'd be looking to probably get a different bike. Things change. And personally, I think this will hold the value better than a 600 if that's the case. In 2 years' time, if you're looking to replace this, I guess you'd be getting £3,500–4,000 for it, as long as you've kept it in good nick. Whereas with a 600, if you buy that, yeah, I think you're talking about 6,000, 6,500. First day out of the showroom, that's lost £1,000. After 2 years, again, you're looking at a silly value. I think probably about £3,500–4,000. So, to me, you're losing less money on this, and you'll have fun on it. It'll be adequate. and yeah, after the 2 years you may be wanting a bit more power. You'll be ready for it, and as I say, that's when you get another bike. But yeah, I just thought I'd pull up, show you. I've had a little run around on it. As I say, sports bike's not for me, but if sports bikes are your thing, it's a pretty good option. Do the obligatory rev. Yeah, I mean it's the same exhaust as my 500X, which I'm looking to change this spring, probably for a Beowulf exhaust. Just it is quite a quiet bike. That's the one thing I would say with it. It is quite quiet, and certainly with me, with doing a lot of commuting on it, I think I need a bit of noise. Okay, well, we'll get off. I have to go back, take it back to the garage now because my bike's ready, and I want this back. So I'll probably do the odd clip of me just riding it back to the garage. Excuse me if I slip the gears or anything on my way. With me being on a little scooter for the last 6 months, changing gears is kind of new to me again, and to be honest, it's taken a bit of getting used to again. Yeah, good dash. The only thing I'd say about the dashboard, and it's the same on my X, there's no gear indicator on it, which isn't a massive problem. The only issue that I find with that is sometimes when you're in 6th gear, you pull the clutch in to change up and you realise you're in the top gear. But that's it really. You've got your fuel gauge, miles. There's actually a gauge on it to tell you how many miles while you're driving, how many miles to the gallon you're doing as well, which is pretty good for commuting. The R version has got a smaller tank. It's the same tank as the 500F. It's about 15 litres, whereas the X has got 17 litres. Again, that's why I went for an X over an F, just for that longer distance before filling up. But this bike will probably do you about 180, maybe 200, depending on how you're riding it on a full tank, which is pretty good. Is there anything coming? More than enough power on an A2 license when you're on an A2 license. Not the best day to be out on a demo bike. Wet, damp, misty conditions. side of the road that car was on. So yeah, a nightie if you are watching this. This is the demo bike from Craig's Honda in Shipley, which I know is your local Honda dealer. So when you get that license passed, take it for a spin. I think you'll like it. Why does it always happen? Why do you always get a slow van pulling out on you? Go on, turn right, yes. I think this would be actually quite a good commuter bike. You know, it's not too wide. You know, the wing mirrors don't stick out as far as the handlebars. You could always change those anyway. Hey up, Bradford Jesus Man. Going down some back alley. Bit of a strange bloke, that one. Now normally I'd be tempted to filter up here, but because I'm on a demo bike I don't think I will. Or will I? Yeah, go on. What the hell? So just coming up to Craig's Honda now. This is my local Honda dealership. I think me and my brother have put quite a bit of business through them since they've been open. Tend to look after you. Oh, I found they do. Right, well that's it guys. Just thought I'd do the short kind of review vlog. I'll catch you later. Ride safe.